and sharing my screen with you. So let me just start sharing that. And I hope you can all see that screen. It's the topic today. Oh, I better just mute you all so you can unmute yourselves if you wish to speak. Okay, so just unmute yourself if you want to ask a question. So what we're going to look at today are what is known as trump promotion plays. This is something for the defence, but it's also relevant, of course, for declarer. And it refers to situations where you as a defender may have a trump holding that's not a natural trick, but you may be able to make a trick with one of these holdings, either by ruffing yourself, or if declarer is in a position where they ruff, you may be able to overruff, or if declarer ruffs with an honour themselves, it may promote a trick with one of these holdings. And the typical holdings are things like Queen X, in other words, Queen with another card. Can you see that's not going to normally make a trump trick there? It will go under the Ace and King if declarer has those. Or Jack with two other cards. Again, that will go under the Ace, King, Queen, and will not make a trick unless your partner has an honour for you as well. Or even four cards including the 10 XXX. Again, declarer will be able to draw that, and you won't make a trump trick, but you could make a trick if declarer ruffs high. It may promote your 10 there. So those are the main holdings where trump promotion can arise. Okay, do interrupt me if you have any questions. And let's have a look at a few examples of this. So here the bidding has gone one spade, you or west, and you overcall two diamonds. North jumped to three spades and ended in four spades. And you're on lead, and anyone like to suggest what you might lead there?
A club.
A club. Okay, there's a vote there for a club. If you do lead a club, you would lead the five of clubs. Any other thoughts?
Diamond.
Ace of diamonds.
Yeah, the ace of diamonds is going to be my choice here. I mean, yes, it's possible a club could work out. Anything might, but very often, if you have the Ace King in a suit, especially in a suit contract, it's a very good idea to lead that suit. You lead the ace, and of course, when you play the ace, you'll get a chance to see dummy, you retain the lead, and you get to see what your partner signals with. So let's suppose we do lead the ace. Down comes dummy, and we can see that maybe a club might not have been a great choice here, but we've led a diamond. Dummy, declarer plays the 2, your partner plays the 8, and declarer plays the 7. And your job here is to try to work out, why did your partner play the 8? What do you think that shows?
But they don't have anything else.
Avoid. Only one.
It could be a singleton. That's one possibility, isn't it? What else could it be?
The
Queen.
Okay.
So
You're on, those of you who said they've got the queen are kind of on the right lines. Strictly speaking, when you play the ace and you see what your partner plays, you should try and work out whether that 8 is a highish card or a low card. And the way to do that, I mean, the 8 looks like a high card, doesn't it? And we can double check that by looking to see if there are any cards lower than the 8 that are unaccounted for. Are there any cards lower than the 8 that the 6? Yeah, it's only one, I believe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The only card that's unaccounted for is the 6, but your partner may well have it. In other words, that could be a singleton, or it could be the start of a signal to show that they had 2. In other words, when your partner leads the ace against a suit contract, You should assume they've got the king, not necessarily the queen, and you should signal accordingly. So I think that 8 is either a singleton or it could be a doubleton. So I'm going to carry on with the king. My partner plays a 6, so I know they were signalling encouragement, and declarer drops the queen. Okay. So let's have a little think about it. We've drawn 2 rounds of trumps. 2 rounds of diamonds. That's 8 have gone. How many more diamonds are there?
None.
We've got 4. Dummy's got 1. So we're in this situation where both east and south are out of diamonds. Okay? And you may think it's pointless to carry on with another diamond, but you have a trump holding, one of the ones we looked at on the previous screen, with the queen and another card, where you may be able to promote a trick if you can get your partner to ruff and force out one of declarer's high trumps. So if we bring up the 4 hands, let's see what we mean. What we're hoping for is a situation like this, where we know there are no more diamonds, but if we play another diamond, maybe your partner will be able to ruff high enough to force out a high trump from declarer. Now, because we want our partner to ruff this, we don't want our partner to discard, it's probably better to play a card that my partner is more likely to ruff. In other words, if I were to lead the jack, my partner might think, well, that's the highest card that's still out, and maybe I shouldn't ruff it. So maybe I should lead a lower card, maybe the 9, for example, because what I want is my partner to ruff. And when my partner ruffs here, he should ruff high. Can you see, if you ruff low with the 2, declarer just overruffs with the 3, but here, because your partner's got the 9, it's not going to make a trick otherwise, is it? But by playing the 9, now if declarer wants to win this trick, he's got to overruff with the ace or the king, and now that will promote a trick for your queen. Okay, so it's a tricky one for the defense. You've got to cooperate with your partner and find the right play. But if he ruffs with the 9, now if declarer wants to win that trick, he has to overruff with the ace or the king. And now I hope you can see he's going to lose a trump. Okay, whatever he does now, he might cross over to dummy, maybe try the spade finesse. But whatever happens, you're going to win the queen, and you've got the ace of hearts to come. And that will take 4 tricks. Declarer can make the rest, but you'll defeat the contract there. Okay?
Wouldn't it be right to really lead also the club? Then probably we could ruff it with a 4.
Say that again.
If we lead the club, 5 of club.
Yeah.
After the ace of heart, we lead 5 of club, and probably the declarer will really go around with ace of club, king of clubs, and maybe the 3rd one, and we might be able to really.
What's going to happen on this hand? If I go back to where we were, after we've won the queen of spades and take the ace of hearts, we're not going to make any more tricks, because whatever we lead now, declarer is going to win, and declarer is going to draw the last trump. Okay?
Right.
If declarer hasn't done that, then you've got a very bad declarer. Okay. All right, declarer is going to draw trump, and you won't make any more tricks there. Okay. Let's try another one. Sorry, it just takes a minute to come up sometimes. Okay, and let's have a look at this one. It's a similar bidding to the other one. This time we've got the Jack 9-2 here, and if you remember, that's another holding where we don't have a natural trump trick as it's known, but we could make one if we can ruff with one of those spades. So we start off again with the ace of diamonds. Again, your partner plays the 8, and this time declarer plays the queen. What do you make of that?
Declarer, I don't want you to play any more diamonds.
Say that again.
Maybe the declarer has got another diamond, but they're playing the queen. Say that.
Yes. I mean, there are two pieces of information here. One is your partner's 8, which still looks like a high card, and the other is Declarer's Queen. And you should really be trusting your partner and not Declarer here, because Declarer, as someone just said, I didn't catch who said that, is probably false carding. Declarer has started off maybe with 2 diamonds, including the Queen. They see the Queen is never going to make a trick, and so they've thrown the Queen to put you off, to make you think that that's a singleton, and there's no point carrying on with diamonds. But you should realize that the more important signal is your partner signal, the 8, and your partner is encouraging for some reason. They're not encouraging because they've got the Queen. They're most likely playing from a doubleton and encouraging. So you ignore Declarer's attempt to put you off, and you carry on with another diamond. And again, your partner now follows with the 6, and Declarer follows with the 7. So we're now in the same position as last time. All the diamonds are accounted for, and because we have a holding here in spades where we hope to make a trick, we carry on with another diamond, maybe the 9 again, hoping that your partner will ruff that high enough. And you're hoping for some kind of layout like this, where your partner has a trump, and where it's high enough that if Declarer wants to win this one, he's got to ruff with the ace or king. And if he does win that one with the ace or king, now you're going to make a trick with your jack of spades. Whatever happens now, Declarer might try drawing trumps here, but if he plays another one, you can play the 9 here. That will force out the Queen, and now you're going to make a trick with your jack. Whatever happens here, you'll make your ace. You can cash your jack, and that will be 4 tricks to the defense. Okay, any comments on that? Any questions? And the other one that can sometimes happen, although it's not so common, is where you've got something like this. Let's just wait for it to come up. Something like this with the 4 spades. You've got 4 trumps here, including the 10. That may make a trick in a similar situation. Here the bidding went 1 spade, 2 diamonds. Double there is showing the 2 unbid suits. But South went back to 3 spades, 4 spades. Again, you start off with the ace of diamonds. Your partner signals encouragement. You carry on with the king. Okay, taking the first 2 tricks. And then you play another diamond, hoping that your partner's ruff will promote a trick for your side. So if you leave the 9, your partner can ruff with the 8. And if Declarer doesn't have if Declarer wants to win this trick, Declarer will have to ruff with the ace, the king, or the jack. And now you may make a trick with your 4-card spade. So if Declarer now tries drawing trumps, he'll discover the bad break, and you may make you should make 1 spade at the end. You've promoted your 10 of spades. Whatever happens, you're going to make 1 more trick here. You will ruff with it at some point. Declarer can't prevent that. So finally you'll get in, but you'll hold Declarer to 9 tricks again on that one. So that's the slightly rare one, I suppose, where you've got 4 cards, including the 10. That's another one where you can promote a trick for your side. Let's bring up another one. Yes, let's have a look at this one. So similar to the one of the earlier ones, let's suppose we play the ace and the king, and then again we lead another diamond. And let's just look at this from Declarer's point of view for a minute. So let's suppose they ruff with the 9, and let's have a look at what Declarer can do here. Declarer, if you want to win this trick, you can you'll have to ruff with the ace or the king, won't you? And if you do, you're probably going to lose a trump, another trump, right? Unless the queen is a singleton, or you can finesse it, you're probably going to lose another trick there. But here you have an alternative. What can you do instead
Discard
of
the heart.
Yeah, you can discard a heart.
Yeah.
So in other words, if we look at the hand right as it was at the beginning, you'll see that from declarer's point of view, where are declarer's losers? Well, with all these trumps, the normal way you'll play the trumps is play the ace and king, and you won't lose any tricks there. But you've got a heart loser and 2 diamond losers. So if we go back to that situation where they've just ruffed the diamond, instead of overruffing, which would lead to the loss of another trick, you discard a loser. Okay, so that's the other option, to discard a loser. Now, if the defense play a heart, you can ruff that low. You're going to now draw trumps the normal way with the ace and the king. Okay, and now that's it. You're not going to lose anymore. You'll just lose those 3 tricks now. All the trumps have gone, and you'll make all the rest there. Okay. Could the defense have done something different on this hand? So this is the same hand, again, where you played the ace and the king of diamonds. So in a situation like this, where you are about to give your partner a ruff in the hope of promoting a trick for your side, can you see what West should do now before they play another diamond?
Heart.
They should cash a heart. Because if you have any side tricks to take, you should take them now, or otherwise declarer may be able to discard a loser there instead of ruffing. So the way to defeat this contract, yes, now cash your ace of hearts, and now give your partner a ruff. And now you can see declarer's got nothing to discard. Declarer could discard the club, but it doesn't save him any tricks here. In fact, if he doesn't ruff here, he's going to be defeated. Okay, so that's an important tip for the defense. If you're going to give your partner a ruff, you should be cashing any side tricks you can first. All right, any comments on that one? And finally, let's have a look at this one. I'm going to have a look at this from the point of view of declarer here, and it's gone 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 diamonds by East, 3 hearts by you. That shows something like 16 points and a 6-card suit, and your partner goes to 4 hearts. And West starts off on lead. They lead a diamond, and let's make a plan on this hand, and let's make a plan trying to count our losers from the point of view of the hand with a long trump, the south hand, but taking into account all the strength in dummy. Take a minute and tell me how many losers you think you have.
3, yeah.
I think we've got 3. We're very unlikely to lose a trump, aren't we? We've got 9 trump, including the ace, king, queen. The only losers I can see are 2 diamonds and a spade. Okay, so we hope to make our contract, but let's see what happens. They lead the ace of diamonds and play another diamond. Okay, they win the first 2 tricks. And now East, who remember overcalled, plays a 3rd diamond. And what are you going to play? Well, you have 3 options on this hand.
Spade.
And you can ruff low, you can ruff high, or you can discard a loser. These are the 3 important options. And if I bring up the 4 hands, you can see that you know from the bidding that East has got a long diamond suit and you're in danger of being overruffed. You can see that if you ruff low with a 7 or below, West will overruff. Okay, so you'll lose a trump trick there. If you ruff high, on the other hand, with the ace or the king, it will promote a trick for West with their Jack 10-9. Okay, so the third option you have as declarer, as someone said, is to discard a loser, and that is the right thing to do here. Discard the 9. Okay, now West probably won't ruff that. Okay, and you've sort of got rid of that loser. If they carry on with another diamond, now you can actually ruff that in either hand. So if they play another diamond, well, you've got nothing to discard here. You've got no losers to discard, but you can actually ruff this in either hand. So if you do ruff this low, let's say, West, if they want to force out the queen, will have to ruff high, but you can overruff, okay? And now you'll be able to draw trumps, and you won't lose any trump tricks here. So you'll take your ace and your king. That's the trumps all gone, and the rest of your hand is good now. Okay. So that was an important one. The decision to ruff low, ruff high, or to discard a loser. Okay. And you have to here ruff. You have to discard a loser here. It's the only way of making that contract. Okay.
Tony, you're assuming that the trumps are 3-1 in the defence.
Yes, I mean we don't know we don't know what they are, and there are situations where you might not have a loser to discard. So in that case you would ruff high. So in other words, if I didn't have a loser to discard, it's probably best to ruff high and hope that the hearts divide evenly, so they'll fall even with the ace and the queen. But given the choice of discarding a loser, it gives you more options than ruffing high. Okay, so on this particular layout, yes, you will lose a trick if you ruff high. So I would say ruffing low is probably the worst thing to do, followed by ruffing high. But the best thing to do is discarding a loser, which gives you a chance against 3-1 distribution in hearts or a 2-2 distribution in hearts. Any other comments or questions? That was it then. That was all I wanted to cover. So I'll stop sharing my screen with you, and that's it. We'll see you hopefully online at 2 o'clock. Okay. See you on BBO later on.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you all very much. Take care,
Thanks.
everyone.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.